I'm going to take some time to point out some quick ways and methods to make sure that you're maximizing your cutter strength. When you're trying to cut a structural element, always try to make sure that you're maximizing blade contact and minimizing resistance. So if we look at this hinge that we have right here and we want to cut this hinge, if we approach this hinge laterally, just holding the tool naturally like this, then when we come into this hinge, we're trying to cut this much resistance with half as much blade. So we're reducing blade contact and we're increasing resistance. If I take the time to simply bring my cutter up vertically and drop it down on the hinge, now I'm decreasing resistance and I'm increasing blade contact. We can't always cut things the exact way we want, but if we start to attempt to cut and our cutter's not making it through it, or appears to be bogging down, we're not effective, before you give up on your tool, analyze the material that you're trying to cut and contemplate reorienting the tool to try and maximize the way the cutter is designed. We'll attempt to take this bottom one in the opposite direction. Remember that if you can't get a full deep set on your cutters, it's really important that your cutters are designed to advance into the material and that you're really evaluating your cutters for any rotation. If your cutter starts to rotate, be very leery on the separation of your blades and try and spot them up. If you can't see what the end of the blades are doing, I encourage you to reposition so that you can get a better seat, a deeper seat, or get an eye on the tips of your blades. When you have cutters that are going to advance their way into the material, this is a perfect illustration of what we just talked about maximizing the strength of the cutters. Cutters will attempt to naturally take themselves to the place of optimal performance. So even though I started laterally here, as soon as I got a good squeeze and the blade started to compress, they pulled the tool into the optimal position to go ahead and complete the cut, which is near vertical. You can see in both applications we had very effective and successful cuts, but both cuts ended up being made from a near vertical orientation. So just keep that in mind next time you're running your cutter and you're trying to make some structural material cuts.